This gaff over anything tisn't to do with books and spell speak.
He grimaces, running his hands through his hair. I have none of their memories. Berat spared me that much, but her coarse manners and intolerable ill speak suggest a provincial from a very, very long time ago. She tends to surface a hair's breadth from conflict, where the fuse has burned down and teeth are on edge. And when she shows up, she doesn't stop to gauge the situation. She just acts. Okay, so she seems reckless. Sounds like you could take a few cues from her. She seems reckless. That's it exactly. You recall the way she goaded those villagers in Gilded Vale? She doesn't think, and she doesn't back down, and trying to suppress that has been my problem for years. Why didn't you say something sooner?
I learned to keep her a secret a very long time ago. Those with awakened souls are shunned, mistrusted. And after your experience with Meerwald, I'm certain you can see why. You need to be careful.
Okay, is this going to be a problem?
Merely an annoyance. Although...
He lowers his voice and claps his hands behind his back. Minute twitches and spasms along his arms betray his fidgeting.
Defiance Bay is said to have an entire institution dedicated to the study and cure of soul-related ailments. Since our journeys have already brought us to the city, perhaps we could speak with someone there.
If it's helpful to you, yeah, will do.
Thank you. This has been a great burden.
Okay, let's talk about something else. Hey dear, I'd like to know more about Iselmyr. He raises an eyebrow, such as, when did she awaken? My father was a strict man, expected the best from his only child, and he didn't tolerate failure. His face becomes drawn. At times, he could be rather adamant, particularly when he'd been drinking. Iselmyr manifested on one such occasion. To be honest, I don't remember the specifics, only that he was more careful with me after that. Okay. So you said you learned to hide her a long time ago. My mother instructed me to keep her a secret after she first emerged. She feared that knowledge of my awakening would render me an outcast. Even though Iselmyr proved useful against my father, I trusted my mother's advice, and I've since come to see the wisdom behind it. Meerwald is an extreme example, but one that I can relate to more and more each year. Okay, so he's going cuckoo too. Could I talk directly to her? He gives you a town frown. Her usurpations are uncomfortable enough. I'm not eager to invite her into my consciousness more than necessary. Okay. So how long were you in Gilded Vale? Yeah, let's see this. A little story. He shrugs, fidgeting with the hem of his sleeves. Not much longer than you. As you saw, it was hardly the heaven that had been advertised. Okay, tell me about Idir. Let's learn a little bit lore. He looks at you in surprise. Forgotten your homeland already? Nope. No mind, matters here have certainly kept you occupied. I've been gone for more than a year now, but I suspect I always think of the forests and fields of Aedirs as home. We have thousands of years of history and tradition behind us, and there is a sense of dignity and responsibility that comes with that. He frowns. Of course, there is a baggage as well. Our imperial past is still fresh in the minds of many, as you may have noticed here. Or has it been difficult to adjust to the Dyrwood? People here are informal, hot-blooded. His mouth twists in the right smirk, more attentive to insult than duty, but as long as one avoids provocation, it's easy enough to get along. He staples his fingers. I've gotten accustomed enough to keeping my thoughts to myself. Anyway. Okay. Find an expert in awakening somewhere in Defiance Bay. But we need to go. Oh, let's go to the pub. Yeah, let's go to the pub. Need to go here. Copper Lane. Let's go here. We need to rest because He's not feeling well at all. And I'm guessing I have a lot of copper. Ooh, and I have a lot of things to sell too. Go, go, go. Yeah, I want them to level up. Ooh, but this stuff looks so cool. Yeah. Yeah. And it's here. Okay. Ooh, I wonder if I have this stuff and I rest without... Okay, here's Boo Boo. If I rest, are these things gonna disappear? Because some of these say it's valid for 2 rests or something like that. Yeah, let's try it, yeah. But first, let's sell.
Stranger.
Okay, we'll get a loot room. Tell me about yourself. Yeah, I want to sell. Like that. Okay. So, yeah, let's sell. Oh my goodness. We have a ton. So, type. We keep 1 of each. And that's it. So, this goes up. Oh, 1 click is enough. This. Like this, this. Still more than I need. But, oh, that's awesome. Yeah. Oh, we are not selling this. It's my spoil of war. Okay. And this. Yeah, let's sell this. This. Do we need something from here? Turquoise. I think we can... Ah, this up. Okay. So, what else? I think that should be it. It doesn't have weapons and such. Okay. Okay, no companions to hire. Retrain. Retrain character. Oh, I don't want to retrain. That's a respec. Okay.
Hail and well met.
Yeah. Get a room. Okay, we buy this. So let's see if all those... Because if you get this, you see it says last for 2 rests. I think last time I got... No, this one I got last time. I think, yeah. Last for 2 rests. So if we sleep here, normally that's a rest. So let's see if it's resetting. I'm just curious. No, it's still here. Okay. Good to know. Okay, so let's get out a little bit. Okay, so let's go with Aloth's story. Yeah, let's find out about that awakening and so on. So for that, we need to go... No, no. Ah, I think it's here. We need to go to the sanitarium. Come on, come on. Aloth's story is a very interesting one. Okay, let's go here. And first fire. Oh, yeah. Come here. Let's go to the sanitarium. Are you guys coming? Ooh, loot. Ooh, beer. Oh. Who hides beer into that? Oh, maybe it's full of beer. Oh. Animancer. Okay. Now let's find something that can help.
Hail and well met.
So you must have a member of the Leaden Key in your midst. Ethelmore groans and the stone around him shudders. I could have done without hearing that today. Many have intrusions been into our affairs. Of course, one can seldom be certain whether they've meddled or whether calamity has struck on its own. But a few of their less skilled infiltrators have been exposed from time to time. They are a perpetual nuisance. Once again, I am reminded of how envious I am of your gifts. I suspect they would be of some use in verifying one's identity. You are at odds with the Leaden Key as well, I take it? So they have something I need. I hope it isn't knowledge you seek. They are seldom keen to part with it. Do you have some idea of who this person might be? So I suspect it's a patient. I won't know until I've met them. It would be unwise to consider anyone above suspicion. So I suspect it's a patient. Very well. In that case, I would recommend you speak first with our resident animancers. They have frequent interactions with both patients and colleagues. You'll find them up here or in their offices downstairs. You will report anything suspicious to me immediately. This is my only request. Okay, does anyone here know anything about awakenings? There is an animancer on the lower floor who came all the way from Revoir to study them. Take the stairs down and look for Bellasege. Okay, that's the Aloth story. Okay. Yeah. So let's talk with Bellasege. And we did meet her already. She is here. Hello. Something else you need? I'm looking for an expert on awakenings. She laughs bitterly. Ah, that would be me, though the lack of research subjects has made me more of an expert in counting floorboards. I would like to transfer animancy's success in butt-raising pre-awakened souls to soothing those whose souls have already awakened. But I need subjects, and most of the patients here are too broken to produce reliable results. It is a tragedy to have come so far for nothing. So you are in luck. I have a volunteer. Yeah, Aloth, you just offered yourself volunteer. Okay. Bella said. She springs to the balls of her feet, beaming. Gallarde, who is it? Aloth's lips curl into a frown. I don't know about this. She grinds more broadly still. Don't be silly. The process is perfectly harmless. All you must do is stand in that cage. I beg your pardon? I jest. You Adrians are so uptight. I do not even know what the thing is used for. It belonged to the last occupant of this office, I think. Now, they upgrade him to a cell. Again, I jest. She rubs her hands together, getting down to business. So, I need you to sit here. She takes Aloth by the shoulders and steer him to the couch. And try to relax. But don't try too hard. Then you will not be relaxing. Indeed, his eyes are humorless. And you must also wear this. A little cold, but the copper will help conduct your essence. The animancer fastens thick copper bands to Aloth's forehead and wrists. As she ratchets them tighter, his face twitches with suppressed irritation. Now, I will examine your soul through my scope. She reaches into her desk and produces a long chamber tube. Knobs, dials, and small tooth wheels run along the side of the device. It is fitted with Adra lenses cut to different thicknesses and concavities. By manipulating them, I find angles and densities that would allow me to track the anomalies in your soul. How exciting! I've never seen this sort of thing performed. Kana peers at the device with interest. It seems suitably complicated. Does this mean we'll get to talk to Iselmyr more? I like that lady. You're funny. She raises a finger. But first, we must find this cunning interloper. You will answer some personal questions while I make adjustments. Sagani pats his arms. Don't worry, I'm sure we won't hear any of it. Aloth squirms on the couch. Very well. She holds the scope to her eye and flicks a knob. To begin, tell me something personal, something from a time before your awakening. There is nothing to tell. I was just a normal child living in the Synthwood. He looks to you. His face is set in a frown, but the rigid edges of apprehension shows through nevertheless. Okay, talk about your parents. What do you remember about... Yeah, talk about your parents. As you speak to Aloth, you feel your voice like a bell in your chest. It tolls softly, luring him into the mists of his own memory. Bellasege doesn't seem to notice anything, but you feel as if your words are smoothing his essence, untangling its many threads. He closes his eyes. Mother is away most of the time, with the Thynes family, but I always know when she's coming home. Father's battles accumulate like storm clouds on the horizon. His fits of the temper become swifter and more violent. It still shames him, knowing that her hemneg to another man supports us better than his labors as a steward. This is good. I'm starting to see something. Continue. Tell us about the time you awaken. She bites her tongue as she twists one of the dials. I'm in my 5th year of training. Mother is home. I can let my guard down a little because she is around. He is usually only angry with her. But he has heard that I have had trouble casting missiles, that my flame shields are unstable. He is furious that I have failed, and Mother's presence reminds him that he has failed too. The first blow takes me by surprise. One moment I'm sweeping the kitchen, the next I'm sprawled on the ground, stupidly looking at flecks of my blood on the tile. His boots, glistening with fresh polish, thud across the floor. He kicks me in the stomach, and I curl up to shield my vitals. But it's pointless. Protecting one thing only leaves something else exposed. Still huddled on the ground, I retreat as fast as I can. I retreat until the vision of the kitchen and my own trembling knees is nothing but a pinprick against the field of black. His jaws locks, and his eyes twitch beneath their lids. Madico! Bellasege furiously cranks the knob along her scope. He's hypnotized himself with his own memory. You've got to bring him out of it, quickly. I almost have it. So you squeeze Aloth, mind. You are safe. Everything is fine. Aloth, you've got to wake up. It's just a memory. It isn't real. Slap. Okay. You are safe. Everything is fine. Aloth's eyes snap open, but the expression you see in them isn't his. He's near safe when I hap upon him. Bellasege sucks a deep breath through her teeth. That's it. I'm seeing a shift in his essence, something spreading and congealing. She glances at you over her scope. Keep talking. He seems to respond to you. What brought you here? Cracking bones and voices high in air. That warm molasses feeling that creeps down your gut when crisis is nigh. Perfetto. We have flares of a totally distinct accents. She jots shorthand notes into the pages next to her and turns one clicking knob of her scope. Now, try to get the two of them talking. Aloth, ask Iselmyr what she's doing. Aloth's face twists in fury. Sticking weed, warming parasite. He bursts into sudden laughter. You'd say the same to your own kindled twig when it betrays ya. Idir grins. Must be hard to avoid knowing there is a lady in your body the whole time judging you. Good, yes, very good. She rests from her scribbling only to make another adjustment to her scope. I can now see two separate patterns of essence. Where he ebbs, the other flows. It's as if the awakened soul fills the spaces that he leaves empty. She prompts you with circling of her two wrists. Quill still in hand. Go on. Aloth, was this about ceding space to Iselmyr? He grits his teeth painfully. I've given her nothing. She usurps me in my own body. Aye, and I lend him a pair too. You should ask what I did that old man of this. How the last time he laid hands on us, I break it in 3 places. Aloth's head jerks to the side. That wasn't your decision. It's never been your decision. Night was awakening, but now I'm stuck with ya. And damn if I let your nanning drag us both through the scupper. Ah, very good. She lowers her scope and consults her notes. I think I finally got something we can work with. I've tracked Iselmyr's essence throughout the exchange. She had a particularly high density index during the most heated portion of their argument, and her essence seemed to localize most clearly in the lower portion of the subject's left ribcage. That's right around the spleen, which, of course, means that she is triggered by black bile. No doubt the subject's characteristic melancholy is to blame. Aloth blinks back at you, and in the midst of his perturbation, you are not quite sure who's looking out of his eyes. That's Adra-horse. Sagani's eyes are wide and innocent. It does seem as though she got one thing right. She glares at him. Yes, never mind my years of training. I suppose you have a better explanation? So Iselmyr manifests when Aloth is in danger or under pressure. You're close. I think Iselmyr's appearances are related to potential sources of trouble for Aloth. Aloth's right. That's absurd. Iselmyr obviously shows up when he feels threatened. But if you're right, then removing Aloth's spleen should cure him. Oh, okay. If you're right, then removing Aloth's spleen should cure him. Oh, okay. Yeah, let's go. Iselmyr manifests when Aloth is in danger or under pressure. Bellasege carefully scratches her jaw, her gaze darting between you and Aloth. I suppose that could be true. She jots another note. I'll have to check this against other research. He removes the copper band. Well and good for you, but what does this mean for me? Bellasege frowns at her notes, tapping her cheek with a quill and making a grand show of concentration. However, you catch her stealing a glance at you over the pages. So Iselmyr tries to take control from you when she thinks you can face a problem on your own. You can let her make these decisions for you. Or, she did you a favor by dealing with your father, didn't she? I think she's trying to help you stand up for yourself. You may not like her methods, but you should hear her out. Or it seems that Iselmyr steps in when she determines that you are in danger. It's not clear yet whether this is a help or hindrance. Yeah, let's go with this one, last one. From my position, I'd say it's pretty clearly a hindrance. I've got a lot to process. Regardless, thank you for your help, Rel. He does not look at Bellasege. She sets her notes on her desk and returns to her scope. Well, I hope this has been as useful to you as it has been to me. I finally have material worth publishing. You'll be the toast of Revoir Ventre Aloth. Okay, and I gain a lot. His grimace melts into a crooked smile. Advancing the right-wise principles of animancy. Just what you've always wanted. As you turn to leave, you catch a darting movement out of the corner of your eye. Bellasege is humming to herself, still occupied with her scope, but Aloth is holding her notes. He's just about to tuck them into his cloak when he catches you watching. He holds a finger to his lip, his eyes wide and imploring. Please, I don't want my personal information published like this, especially not after her nonsense. So, no, you get your explanation and she gets her research. That was the deal. Okay, leave me out of this. Fair enough, but do it quietly. I can't let you do that, not after hearing how much this means to her. Yeah, fair enough, but do it quietly. He hides the papers in his cloak. Not to worry, we'll see to this on our own. Okay. So this one is Sagani's story. This one is the Master Below. Oh no, I was killed by people. Okay. Time and Tide. This is Kana's story. This is Durance. And this is Idir. So this stuff is done. And we have this one. Ooh, speak to the steward. A letter has arrived, the Ked Nua. So this is the DLC. So apparently the DLC got triggered. So we can... A letter has arrived at Ked Nua, addressed to its new ruler. The steward believes it may present an interesting opportunity. Yeah, if we go to Ked Nua. Yeah, but we're gonna continue with the main story. Okay?
Right.
So we go to Dyrford. Gonna take the story, the main quest story by story. Defiance Bay is huge. It's absolutely, I mean, it's trying to finish everything here in Defiance Bay. It's borderline impossible at this point. Or there is no point. You can explore, obviously. And you might find tiny little quests. The game is riddled with quests. That's the truth, with tiny quests. The main story is probably like a third of the completionist. So maybe even less. So we're gonna go here. Okay. So we can go all the way here. Okay, and we follow this path. Okay. You know what? Let's test the game a little bit more. The combat. So we're gonna explore the map. Make sure we remove. Ooh. Here it is. Okay. So what is this? Forest troll. So you shoot this one. Good. Ooh, 30, 10. Ooh, 10. This is not nothing. Durance. For now, you can use this one.
I'll let Margaret's fire bless this one.
Ooh, there are two. Okay. Ituma, come on, bite.
Ready, Watcher.
If I would have known, I would have used an AoE here. Okay. Yeah, and shoot. Oh, no, no. Oh, you have this. Shoot.
My bow's ready.
Good. Use the bow. White Fang. Come on, here. Bite, bite. Do you